Irving Game of the Week is brought to you in part by Gerald Stavely Dry Cleaning.
It's the game of the week on ICTN. We have high school basketball for you. The boys, Nimitz and the Tigers, and the Irving Tigers here at home at their facility. Well, this is a big game because district play begins tonight. And both these teams, Lance, are looking forward to having some football players come from the gridiron to the basketball court.
Yeah, both of them have some pretty good ones, like the Nimitz Vikings, for instance. They have two of them, the twins.
Exactly.
Yeah, the Scott twins, and this is 6'5" Delonte, who is leading the team right now in rebounding and block shots, and he's getting about 6 points a ball game. And he and brother Michael, well, look, they've got to be strong inside for the Vikings this year if they expect to win it all. But for the Irving Tigers, they have another football player, Michael Coley, again, one of these guys who's trying to get his court legs underneath him after a great season on the gridiron. He's 6'3", second on the team in scoring and rebounding. His athleticism and quickness, well, he's going to be a must this year if they're going to beat their South Side rivals. Bob?
Well, the Tigers will be looking for their first home victory against the Nimitz Vikings in the last 2 years. We're going to see if they can do it because the tip-off comes up next.
Just about set to go here for tip-off of this boys game. We hope you had a great Christmas or have just a wonderful, outstanding New Year's. As we get set, let's take a look at the starting lineups. First off for the Nimitz Vikings, Jared Jenkins, Wesley Spells, Randall Wright, and the Scott twins, Delonte and Michael. For Irving, Michael Coley, young man we didn't get to see earlier this year when he played, when he was injured when Irving played. Devon Thomas will also be a starter. Nelson Villatoro, who had just an outstanding game. Then Keyshawn Mitchell and Grant Bowman will also be the starters here for this ball game. Some of the fans here, and it's almost standing room only here in the gymnasium tonight. Got a nice crowd on hand as Grant Bowman is being introduced. Nimitz Vikings have won 4 out of the last 5 ball games between these two teams. So we shall see what happens tonight. Introductions have just been made. The officials for tonight's ball game will be Chris Williams, Gerald Daniels, and C.J. Richardson. As you see, there's Joel Donaldson. He has done a fine job here at Nimitz. And
yes,
getting together a program that had been down in the dumps for quite a while, and he's got a good, solid team this year. As you see, players coming out on the court, getting set to go here. There's Michael Scott, fine football player this year, as we've already mentioned. And Stephen Perry, who has had just a wonderful amount of success here with the Irving Tigers, and always the best dressed man in Irving, I think. Sharp looking. All right, so we're just about set to go. And here with the play-by-play, Bob Berry.
Scott and Coley will be jumping. The ball up and controlled by the Vikings. This is Gerard Jenkins with the ball. Back he goes. Some cross-court passing up against the zone defense. Vikings just trying to see what they really need to do, try and break their zone, so they're just passing it back and forth.
And daring him to shoot the three.
Exactly. And Jenkins says, okay, I'll shoot the three, and bam, he hits it. So one shot and a 3-point lead for the Vikings. Now the Vikings playing man-to-man defense. Pass goes in this time to Coley. Gets it back out to Bowman. Bowman being double teamed. Feeds Mitchell, floats one up, floats it in. Deshaun with the deuce, and back come the Vikings. Jenkins, who hit that tray, passes off to his teammate this time, Cameron Love. Back to Jenkins. At the top of the circle, this is Love for three. And he got it. So 2 shots by the Vikings, 2 3-pointers, and they lead 6-2. Now that's one way to break the zone defense, hitting the threes. Question is, how long can you do it? This is Coley passing off to Villatoro. Villatoro tried to hook one up, and the ball is rejected by Scott.
Delonte went up there and gave him the big paw and knocked it down. The littlest man on the court going against one of the biggest. Let's watch it one more time as he goes into the land of big arms, and both the Scott boys were after it.
Loose ball fought for underneath, and they say this is going to be Irving ball underneath their own basket. Mitchell will be, no, that's not Mitchell. Let's see, this is inbounding. The shot by Coley is no good. Back it comes to Coley, the drive, the shot, the basket. (6-4) our score. And here come the Vikings. This is Love. Back out to Jenkins. A shot for 3 around and no good. Randall Wright that time taking the tray. Back they come. This is Coley's shot, no good. Cameron Love has the ball for the Vikes. Jenkins feeds Scott. Scott with the 10-foot shot, no good, but a foul being called, and Scott will go to the line, fouled in the act of shooting. Delonte Scott and his brother Michael out there on the court. They list both of them at 6'5". Delonte will see if he can make this second attempt from the foul line. Opening moments here of our game. Nimitz with a 2-point lead. They lead it 6-4. And make it 7-4 as Delonte hits that second shot. Kevin Thomas gets it off to Mitchell. Coley looking for someone to pass to. Finds it in Villatoro. Now this is a kid who'll put that ball up from any place on the court. Loves to shoot the threes. And he's good at it too. Pass inside to Bowman. This is Villatoro, locked up and loses it. The ball taken away by the Vikings. Villatoro steals it. Passes off to Mitchell. His shot no good. And they're going to call a charging foul against Mitchell. That's probably the toughest call that you can make. Here we see Villatoro passing off to his teammate, and then Mitchell going up for the shot and drawing the foul.
Love getting the foul, but you know it looked like he had his feet set. But again, as you said, that's such a hard foul for officials to call.
It really is. They go inside to Delonte. His shot is up. It's the back of the rim, no good. Loose ball is picked up this time by the Irving Tigers, and the ball kicked out of bounds, and they'll give it over to the Vikings. Thomas that time losing control.
Yeah, Kevon couldn't control it.
Dangerous pass that time, Jenkins. Shot up by Scott and in. 15-foot. And he hits the deuce. That's Michael. He gets a 2-pointer. 9-4 our score. Villatoro passing off, and the ball picked off by Scott. Scott being double teamed, the ball knocked out of his hands, and the Vikings will control underneath their own basket.
Thomas picked his pocket that time, knocked it loose. Still be basketball as going to get a little break right now. Villatoro comes out of the ball game.
R.J. Wills in. This is Randall Wright. Passes to Jenkins. Back it comes to Wright. Jenkins has it. Trying to be patient. Scott passing it back out to Jenkins this time. The two Scott brothers playing a double post, which figures they're both tall guys. Wright thought about a shot and thinks better of it.
5 former football players out on that court right now. The Scott brothers, along with Thomas, Coley and Mitchell.
Mitchell, yeah.
Also
Here is
Perla.
Wright. Passes back. Love for 3. Got it. The second tray of the quarter. And the Vikings lead it 12-4. Coley with the shot. No good. Loose ball fought for underneath, and traveling is the call.
And here comes the other footballer. This is Perla.
Perla coming in, yeah.
Defensive lineman.
Thomas to inbound, gets it to Coley. He's open for the shot, but it's short. Thomas with the board. Thomas with the penetration. Shot rolls along the rim, falls out, but he was fouled in the act of shooting, so he'll get 2 from the line.
Thomas is a 70% free throw shooter this year. And he'll shoot a pair here.
Wesley Spells in the game now for the Vikings as Thomas makes that first foul shot. Hit them both. 12-6 to score. Jenkins will bring the ball up across the timeline for the Vikings. This is Spells. Back to Jenkins. They go inside to Scott. His jumper around and no good. The loose ball fought for, and let's see. They're going to call a foul this time against Scott. Delonte Scott picking up the personal. So the Tigers down by 6 here on their home gym have the ball with 2 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the first period of play.
Each team with 2 fouls so far.
Coley fouled in the act. Well, they say he took steps.
Whoa. Just little ones.
So the Vikings have got the ball and a 6-point lead. Spells with it as they move it around the circle. Michael Scott drives and
Offensive
got to
foul.
be charged with a foul. Player control foul that time by Scott.
Boy, 2 footballers going against it there. They did that on the football field, I'm sure, a few times.
Scott and Perla.
Scott played both sides. Perla was a defensive lineman.
Wills hands the ball off to Villatoro, who in turn gives it right back to Wills. Pressure being applied by the Vikings. Now this ball stolen away by Wright. Feeds his teammate who goes up for the layup and blows it. Perla gets the board. Here come the Tigers, 3-on-1. Villatoro fakes the shot. Wanted to pass in, only had the ball knocked away, and the ball goes out of bounds. And they're going to say it's Viking ball.
Last week we had the Irving and Nimitz girls out on the floor. We had this. That was a game that played right before this one. And whenever we do those, it's just always a stark difference in the speed and the power of the two games that are played.
Daniel Allen now in for the Irving Tigers.
Jenkins says, well, you're not going to come out here. I'll just go ahead and bounce the ball a few times.
This is Randall Wright driving. Reverse layup, no good. Mitchell with the board. He feeds Allen. Allen being pressured. Gets it off to Villatoro, who comes across the timeline. Here's a 15-footer up and no good, but the rebound up and no good again. Mitchell missed the 2-foot layup. Ball stolen away. Driving for the layup and putting it in. Very nicely done is R.J. Wills. 12-8 to score. Low-scoring contest here in the first quarter of play.
Well, both teams got off to a hot start, hitting their first few shots, but it's cooled down considerably since then. Wow, that's a pretty obvious foul there by Wills.
Yeah, Wills that time, a little bit too much to the forearm.
So Willis getting his first foul.
This is Scott with the ball. Passes off to Spells. There's a left-handed shot up and no good. And the ball taken off by Mitchell. Long outlet pass this time to Allen. Goes for three and hits it.
No.
Yeah. Hit the bottom of the net.
Right.
So the first quarter now in the books. And the visitors from Nimitz with a 4-point lead, 12-8.
Is our score here as we head for quarter number 2. The leading scorer so far is Cameron Love. He has a total of 6 points, so he's coming on 2 3-pointers. And Jared Jenkins had another 3-pointer, and that has been the basic difference in this ball game so far, those 3-pointers. Here once again, Bob Berry.
And with the ball, the Irving Tigers have it. They're here at home. They're down by 4. Cooley on the wing. Passes off to Allen. Now they go inside to Coley. And they bring it back out again. Tough man-to-man defense being played here by the Vikings. You have a classic battle here. Man-to-man and zone.
Reach-in foul that time is going to be called on, it'll be Terry Smith.
Smith in there along with the Quentin Thomas. Thomas now up against Wills. Now the ball back to Allen. Loses his balance, but regains it again. And let's see what they're going to call. Foul on Spells, apparently.
Apparently so.
So Wesley Spells charged with the personal. Here's Villatoro. The last time we saw Irving play, this young man really put on a shooting exhibition.
That was against Marcus.
Yeah.
Big upset win for the Tigers that night.
Villatoro loses the ball. Now come the Vikes. Driving the length of the floor, laying it up and laying it in. Terry Smith. A shot for three is short. The ball underneath, still being contested for, and finally taken out by the Vikes. Jenkins, wow. Anyone get the name of that vehicle?
Villatoro, I don't know. Look at Villatoro, going to get hit with this one here. Not only does he wind up on the deck, he gets the foul to boot.
So Jenkins is on the line. Gets that one to roll in.
Wholesale changes for both sides right now.
Love back in for the Vikings.
Mitchell back in.
Jenkins makes both his foul shots. And the Vikings have again doubled the score, 16-8. Shot up, no good. Rebound fought for it, taken off by the Vikes. This is Jenkins. Love has it, looks for the open man, finds it in Jenkins. Randall Wright on the wing right now. Passes inside, back to Wright. He'll go for the 10-foot popper and hits it. His first basket of the evening. And it's an 18-8 game. And we're going to have a timeout called by the Irving coach. Does not like what's going on there, and you can't say as how you blame him, really, down by 10 points.
Yeah, they are that. The ball just won't fall for them, Bob. I mean, they're cold shooting so far. Really just as simple as that. They came out of their zone, went to man, I guess, to stop some of the three-point shooting. Coming up on ICTN next week, we'll have the boys and the girls. Well, that's in 2 weeks from now. Next week we'll have the Ranchview game. In 2 weeks, we'll have the Vikings hooking up with the Cardinals from the south side of town. Boys and girls. The first game won't be pretty with the girls because Mac is playing Nimitz, and we just saw Nimitz, and they're not very good, and Mac is. And the boys' game, that should be interesting.
It certainly should. Driving through and being fouled is Wills. And doing the fouling that time was Terry Smith. Nimitz, by the way, now in for the Irving Tigers for the first time. Christian Nimitz is a senior. Wills hits his first foul shot.
Wills is a 65% free throw shooter.
In and out, the rebound up by Mitchell, no good. Mitchell again puts one up and again misses. And then the touch tap rebound up and in.
By Willis.
Jenkins on the drive. Finger roll, no good. But he's fouled in the act of shooting. And he'll go to the line. Jared Jenkins with 5 points thus far. A little bit earlier in this quarter, he had the opportunity for 2 shots from the foul line, hitting them both. Now he'd like to see if he can replicate that. And he's halfway there. It's that one.
Jenkins averages about 9 a ball game. He's got 6, so he's 2/3 of the way there. Still there.
Thomas feeds Nimitz. This is Coley. Loses the ball. Got a 2-on-1, but a great defensive play that time. Boy, that was great hustle by R.J. Wills. Looked as if the Vikings could have a breakaway. This is Wills right here, trying to get control of the ball, but it was inadvertently knocked out of bounds by Spells. Cooley at the top of the circle. Gets it off to Nimitz. This is Cooley.
Oh,
Boy, had the ball picked right out of his hands by Randall Wright, only to have Wright lose it. It comes back again.
Wright not happy with losing that game, basketball.
Nimitz has it. This is Thomas with the one-handed push shot, no good. Thomas again puts it up, and again no good. Ball fought for underneath, taken away by Scott. And a whistle sounds underneath, personal foul being called.
Irving doing a good job on the offensive board, but it just won't fall. Javier Toro comes back into the ball game. Maybe hoping to get a little more firepower there.
Edward Hernandez in for the first time for the Vikings. Randall Wright puts one up and misses. Driving is Spells, and he loses the ball. Scott isn't going to lose that one.
No.
Delonte just driving it home with the dunk. Here's Coley driving. They go inside. Curler shot no good. Rebound fought for, and let's see what they're going to call. It's going to be Tiger ball. Tigers down by 10, 21-11. Villatoro puts one up, way off the mark. Villatoro doesn't miss that one again. He got a great sneaky pass, but couldn't bank it in off the glass.
Boy, Nelson isn't in squat here in the early going. And throughout the entire first half, he's scoreless.
Yep.
Some nights it falls and sometimes it doesn't.
Boy, not the truth. Wright charged with the personal foul. And to the line is Ivan Perla, the junior. It's a good shot of Ivan right there. Perla was shooting 1-1, but missed the first one, so no bonus attempt here. Perla that time almost stole it away, but Wright has it, and then his pocket is picked by Villatoro. This is Thomas with it. Back to Coley. Villatoro for 15 feet out. Got it. That's a three-pointer.
If you're a shooter, you just have to keep firing away and have the feeling that sooner or later they're going to start hitting for you. So it's a football score, 21-14.
Wright thought about taking a shot and then decided not to. Spells puts one up and hits.
Right back at you.
Wesley Spells with a three-pointer. Reverse shot by Villatoro, no good. This is Jenkins, loses it, and then finds it. Right on the drive. Gets the ball back into Scott. Scott passes off to his teammate Jenkins, put a shot up and didn't come close to hitting it.
And you thought you'd have a big mismatch there with Scott on Villatoro.
Ball went into Ivan Perla, but he could not control it, so the Vikings will have the ball. 1:12 remaining in the first half. The Vikings up by 10, 24-14. This is Cameron Love. He'll bring it up across the timeline. Love puts up the one-hander and gets it. Shot up and no good by Viatora.
Well, no, that was another shot.
Yeah. Right up against Mitchell right now. Pretty pass and a nice basket that time. Love got the basket and right with the assist. Very nicely done.
And right now in double figures, or Love now in double figures with 10.
This is Thomas with the ball. Passes out to Cooley. This is Viatoro. He guns one up and in. That counts at the buzzer. Viatoro just did beat the clock. So we've come to the end of the first half. Nimitz 28 and Irving 17. And here's how Irving got their final three. I love that slow-mo.
There you go.
28-17 our score. We'll be back with the statistics and some of the highlights from the first half in just a moment.
(28-17) here. Let's take a look at some of the highlights of the first half of action. And it was the Vikings getting out to the hot start. And they were doing it with the three-pointers. Here's Jenkins. He whacks one in for three. And then it was Cameron Love once and one more time. Senor Love. He has 10 points right now. And then Scott inside with a little punctuation mark right there. Irving. They got a nice running shot there by Mitchell, and Viatoro was cold throughout much, but he finally got one, and then right at the end of the half, long way, knocks home the tray, and we stand 28-17. Let's look at the scoring right now. As I said, Love leading the way with 10 points, and then Jenkins with 6, and everybody else with either 3 or 2. For Irving, Viatoro with those 2 3-pointers instantly becomes the leader. Wills with 5 and no one else with more than 2 points. Tigers have just been very, very cold shooting the basketball in the first half. We'll see what happens the second half. And here to give you that is my broadcast partner, Bob Berry.
Okay, thank you, Lance. The Vikings have the lead, and they've got the ball as activity starts here in the third quarter. Love gets it off to Scott. And he was taking steps. So good defense that time by Bowman.
Yeah, Bowman all over him, doing a great job.
This will be Thomas bringing it across the timeline. He feeds Bowman up. He's got Cooley on the inside. Mitchell gets it to Thomas. Bowman loses it, and down to the floor they go. And let's see, alternating possessions. And this is going to be Irving ball. Thomas to inbound. Viatoro, a floating one-hander. Floats off the board, but not on the basket. Now we got another tie-up. Good hustle by Viatoro.
Just kind of snuck in and got on the arm there. And
again, alternating possessions. This time the arrow favors the Vikings. Ball thrown away by Love. Here's Thomas putting up a shot. No good.
Man alive, they can't hit anything,
no.
can they?
Yeah. Randall Wright loses the ball. We're going to have another tie-up right there. No timeout call by Coach Donaldson.
Good job of calling that timeout while his man was in a deep load of doo-doo right there. 28-17. No one has been able to score, and Tigers scoring tonight is this cold. I mean, it's not going in.
Well, they've had their shots. There's no doubt about that. They've had some shots from like 2 or 3 feet away.
And they're banging the offensive boards good, too. And those aren't flawless. And obviously, Joe Donaldson is hoping that kind of luck will stay their way. Again, these are the district games. These are the ones that are counting.
Boy, do they ever. Yeah. Love will be inbounding. Five seconds. Did not get the ball in within 5 seconds, so it's a turnover. Good defense that time by the Tigers. Coley is up against Wright. This is Thomas being guarded by Love. Leotoro in the corner. Bowman to accept. Love with it quickly, brings it into forecourt, and it has a floating one-hander, no good. The rebound by Scott, no good, but a whistle sounds underneath. So Scott will go to the line. Fouled in the act of shooting. Michael Scott has 2 points thus far. It's a good shot of Michael. Gets that one to drop.
Well, finally, someone scores.
Yeah. Bowman taking a breather right now. That second shot no good, and Coley saved it, but then threw it away. Stolen away by Villatoro. Fake the shot, gives it to Coley. Now a little, let's see, we're going to call player control or blocking. Got to call blocking. Okay.
It's going to be on Love.
Watch the replay right there as he just tosses it up.
That was a good foul, too. I mean, that's was a good call, I should, on that foul. He was shuffling the feet. Irving finally on the scoreboard here. The second half.
Well, we've come a minute and 24 seconds, and both teams have converted one foul shot apiece.
Not exactly an offensive
nope.
display, is it, though?
Nope, not yet. Coley makes them both. Pressure being applied by Irving, but now they'll concede and allow the Vikings to come into offensive court. Driving, and the shot is up by Wright. No good, but he draws the foul, so we'll go to the line for two. Randall Wright, a senior, has 2 points thus far, as you watch it right here. Here is the drive, and there is the foul. Yes, sir.
Coley getting hit with that one.
Wright hits the first foul shot. There's the Irving coach. not too happy.
Kind of tells you all about how this game is going, hasn't it?
Shot is up and in. Give the basket to Jenkins. Wright's pass picked off by Spells. Spells feeds Jenkins, but the shot rejected by Mitchell, and Mitchell then gets the rebound.
Nice work by Mitchell.
Villatoro drives, passes off, and the ball is stolen away, and a whistle underneath. Let's see who's going to draw the foul. Mitchell will be assessed the foul.
Boy, look at this play by Mitchell as he goes up high to knock it away, and he gets the rebound right after that too. And now he's going to take a rest. Kid's had a good athletic career here at Irving High.
Yes, he has. Jenkins that time. Player control foul. Both these teams picking up the fouls here. Wills will inbound to Thomas. Toro guns one up and hits.
Boy, he's quick off the mark, though, isn't he?
Yeah.
I like the way he just took it, fired, and didn't put the ball on the court.
Here's a 15-footer by Scott. No good. The ball goes out of bounds. And they'll give it to Irving.
I know one of your pet peeves is the guys who get the ball, put it on the floor first before they can shoot.
Yeah, they take that automatic bounce with the ball.
Gives their opponent time to set up defensively.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a bad pass. Evidently someone touched it, so.
Wills with the ball. Gets it out to Thomas and now over to Coley.
Take it.
Coley takes it and hits it.
Yeah. If they're going to give it to you, take it. And the lead is 7.
Smith passes it. That Scott shot no good. Gets his own rebound. (32-25). The Vikings with a 7-point lead. Scott with the turn, puts the shot up, no good, but he's fouled in the act of shooting. So Delonte Scott, who has 5 points thus far, actually, I'm getting ahead of myself here. He really just has 3 points. Now he just made it 4. Let's see if he can make it 5. Nope. And again, another foul. Some pressure being applied by the Vikings.
Push off by Scott.
One of the tallest players on the court pushing off on the shortest.
That just doesn't seem fair, does it?
No, it doesn't. Wills will be inbounding. Gets it off to Perlin. Back it comes to Wills. Viatoro's shot was rejected. Partially blocked, was out of bounds. And so the Vikings showed some good defense that time, but the Tigers will have the ball underneath their own basket. This is Thomas looking for somebody open. Finds him in Jenkins. Jenkins with the left-handed roll and gets it.
Wills.
Wills, rather, I'm sorry.
A nice running left-hander there.
Spells up against Wills right now. He's This is Love, puts up a three-point attempt, no good. Perla feeds his teammate. This is Wills. Gets it out to Thomas. Viatora with it. In the corner for Coley. Off the rim. Rebounded by Love. Spells has it. Now this is Wright with the ball. Wright penetrates, shoots, no good. Let's see what they're going to call. Turned it over.
A little traveling music there.
Well, the Tigers, who were down by as much as 11 points, now have cut it to just 6. And they have the ball. This is Wills. Coley for 3. Short. Love charged down the court.
Well, that was a good foul that time, because if they get that fast break on, it should be an easy 2 on the other end. So.
And the fouls are piling up. Right now, the Tigers have committed 5 in this half. And the Vikings have been assessed with 4.
Mitchell in for Wills.
Love being double teamed, passes off to Spells. Nice team with Jenkins for 3, no good. And the ball is taken off by Thomas. This is Mitchell. Long pass to Coley, back to Perla underneath. I think you could call that a foul. Delonte Thomas got up in the air, and what goes up must come down.
Yeah, Perla put him up in the popcorn machine, and there's just no place for Scott to go except on Perla.
Both teams
not a shooting foul.
No, he wasn't taking a shot. Shot by Coley is good. He's fouled in the act of shooting.
A chance to cut the lead in half here.
So Coley has 7 points in this quarter. Trying to make it 8. It's again. So he's got the trifecta. He's hit foul shot, hit a 2-pointer, as well as a 3-pointer in this quarter. Ball stolen away by Viatora to Coley. Loose ball fought for and goes out of bounds, and let's see whose ball is it. I think they're going to give it to Nimitz. And a timeout being called?
Yeah. Whoa. That's the intensity of an inner city ball game.
Well, the Vikings have seen their lead cut down to 3 points now. And there's Joe Donaldson, Viking coach, talking to his kids.
And let's tell you about the good folk who bring you the ball game of the week each week on ICTN. Our longtime charter sponsor, Gerald Stavely Dry Cleaning, being with us since we started doing these broadcasts. Way back when we did the game between UCLA and Houston at the Astrodome when we had 65,000 at that game. Duval Center. Ellen Hayes broke that long-time UCLA winning streak. But we do thank the Stavely folks for bringing you the game of the week each week right here on ICTN.
Tigers applying the pressure, and it pays off with a turnover. There's Coley with the ball. Stolen away by Scott. Scott puts up the jumper, got it. Nice play. Delonte Scott with the basket. 35-30. The Vikings by 5. Viatoro, guns went up, way off the mark. This is Spells with the ball. This will bring it into offensive court. Inside a minute here in the third quarter. Bob Barry along with Lance Brown bringing this game to you on ICTN.
Didn't advance it.
Didn't advance it. Moved the ball back and forth, but not forward. So Mitchell will feed Thomas. This is Villatoro to Coley. Villatoro for three. Got it. That's his fourth tray of the night. He now has 12 points. And it's a 2-point game, 35-33. Wright has his pocket picked. Long outlet pass. Stolen back by Wright. He lost it, and then he found it again. Are they going to call a technical foul here? Let's see. What's the deal? Okay, no. The Vikings will have the ball. They've got a 2-point lead. There are just 9 seconds remaining in this quarter. So you know the Tigers want to press. They don't want to give the Vikings an opportunity to get a shot. And that's where the press pays off. The Vikings have to come the entire length of the court.
And they're not going to do it. Up.
Good defense by the Irving Tigers. We've come to the end of 3 quarters of play. Nimitz 35, Irving 33. We'll be back in a moment. Here we go in the fourth quarter, a 2-point game. Coley with the ball. Tried to get it into Thomas, but it was picked off by the Vikings. And up they come. This is Jenkins. Puts the shot up. No good. Gets the rebound. And he is fouled in the act of shooting. So Jenkins missed the shot, got the rebound, put that one up. Didn't make it, but was fouled. And so he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, it has not been a thing of beauty so far.
They played hard, though, I'll tell you that.
Boy, I tell you what, there is a lot of effort out there, no question.
Jenkins with 8 points will get a second shot. Coley and Thomas come out. Wilds and Mitchell are back in. Jenkins gets that second foul opportunity, so his team has a 3-point lead. Pressure being applied here.
Irving wants a timeout quickly because they knew they were in deep trouble there of the turnover.
It's that time when we go to the board.
Aaron Delatorre there. The head football coach and athletic director here. Coming up on ICTN next week, we'll give you your New Year's fill of basketball as the Ranchview Wolves will take on the Wildcats from Kennedale. Where the heck is Kennedale anyway, Bob?
Kennedale is immediately south of Fort Worth. It's right off of 287.
All righty.
Play resumes, and there you see our score and the time that remains, 36-33. Villatoro with the ball. Got to watch this guy. Try to get the pass into Perla, but Perla could not control it. Again, pressure being applied by the Irving Tigers. Jenkins up against Viatora. This is right. Foul going to be called against the Vikings as Viatora went to the ground. So as far as fouls are concerned, both teams now shooting 1-on-1. Both teams have committed 17 fouls. And Viatora, who has hit 4 3-pointers, now gets his first opportunity from the foul line in this game.
He's an 83% free throw shooter. It's the all-important first one.
It's a 1-point game as Viatora hits both shots. 36-35. The Vikings were coasting, had an 11-point lead, and boys just about diminished. Fighting underneath. Wright puts the shot up. He's fouled in the act of shooting, so he'll get 2 from the line.
Perla will get that foul as he was over the back. Watch it one more time here.
Crunch time from the foul line for both these teams as Randall Wright hits the first one. As well as the second. 3-point lead again for the Vikes. This is Nimitz, feeds Viatora, who goes for 3, hits the back of the rim, no good. And the ball taken off by Wright. Jenkins has it now. Coach Donaldson calling out a play for his kids. Shot by Scott, no good, but following it up is Wright. And a whistle sounds underneath. This is Terry Smith on the line. Well, the Vikings have had 5 foul opportunities here in the fourth quarter, and they've hit 4 of the 5. And what had been a 1-point lead now is back up to 6. Rhodes with the ball, passes off to Perla. Back out to Thomas. This is Kohler. Inside they go to Perla. His shot is up and in. Ivan Perla, his first 2 points of the night. Loose ball being contested, and let's see what they're going to call. They're going to give it to Irving.
Yep. Good hustle by Smith, but he couldn't hang on to it. White basketball.
Cameron Love going to come back in. He'll take Smith's place. Viatora gets it into Kohler. That's Perla trying to bank it in off the glass. No good. He had a 5-foot shot, couldn't make it.
Well, he had it set up nice. Again, though, that's been kind of the story of the Tigers tonight. Getting a lot of shots, they just don't fall for them.
Coley goes up for a shot, but is stripped of the ball. Oh, Wills has it, gets it to Viatora. He drives, almost lost it. Passes off to Coley, pulls up for the one-hander, no good. Perla tried to save it, but passed it off to Jenkins. And here he comes. Boy, this guy can fly. Jenkins all the way out of control. Let's see what they're going to call. Coach Donaldson is beside himself with that call. Boy, he is really upset. Watch it right here.
Yeah, he's thinking that he should have gotten a foul called on Wills that time.
A 4-point game. Coley with it. Viatora will put up for 3. No good, off the side of the basket. Love comes down with the ball. Love pulls up the one-hander, no good. Touch tap rebound by Scott, no good, but the rebound is. That's where that height advantage pays off. Delonte Scott now with 8 points. His team leads by 6.
Turnover. Or timeout?
Timeout, I do believe. So when play resumes, we have 4 minutes, 25 seconds remaining. The Nimitz Vikings have a 6-point lead.
Donaldson still had to go over and give Gerald Daniels, the referee, there a little piece of his mind.
Yeah, I can't say it's hard to blame him, really.
Yeah.
Now, as far as fouls are concerned, the Tigers have committed 9. One more, and that'll put the Vikings in the double bonus. The Vikings have committed 7.
So right now, the Vikings in good shape with the basketball, the lead. And they are now shooting 2s the rest of the way out.
See the Irving coach drawing up a play for his kids. Well, it's crunch time for both these teams. R.J. Wills will be inbounding for the Tigers. This is Thomas. Coley has it. Right up against Coley. Coley pulls it back and feeds Thomas. Viatora with it. Driving, shooting, and hitting is Thomas.
Nice patience that time by the Tigers.
43-39. The Vikings with the ball and a 4-point lead.
Well, plenty of time, no reason to shoot up wild shots.
Delonte Scott kicking it back out to Love. Now Jenkins has it. He's up against Thomas. Jenkins behind the back dribble, passes out to Spells. Thought about taking a shot and figured, nope, don't believe it will.
Nice patience on the part of the Nimitz Vikings. That's, they got the lead. Uh-oh.
Spells loses the ball. Viatora for 3. Got it.
And a chance at a 4-point play.
And he's fouled in the act of shooting.
Watch
43-42 the score.
They get it out to Viatoro, and he is hacked as he lets the ball fly. And
so once again, the Tigers have cut the lead to 1 point.
And they can tie it right here.
Viatora with 17 points. Make it 18. We're tied. Tied at 43. Reach-in foul on Thomas.
It's a good call.
Well, I think it's a terrible foul, actually, because that's the 10th foul, so you're sending a guy to the line for 2 shots. And every foul from now on that the Tigers commit will be a 2-shot attempt by the Vikings.
No, I just said it was a good call, not a good
Oh,
foul.
I'm sorry. I thought you said it was a good
No,
foul.
no, good call.
I stand corrected.
Yeah.
Okay, Randall Wright shooting and hitting. Wright misses the second. Mitchell's got the rebound. Tigers got the ball. They're down by a point, just inside the 3-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. Thomas feeding Villatoro. Gets the ball in. Shot is up. No good. But fouled in the act of shooting will be Coley.
Boy, what a neat feed from Villatoro.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
Watch Nelson give that ball a perfect pass.
That, by the way, the 9th team foul for the Vikings. One more, and the Tigers will be in the double bonus.
Now they have a chance to take their first lead of the night.
Coley now with 11 points. And the opportunity to put his team ahead, as Lance said, for the first time in this contest. The shot is up and out. So the drama continues. 44 all. 2.5 minutes to go. That's right. Puts the shot up way off the mark. Ball fought for and taken off.
Traveling. Oh, tie up.
Let's see what they're going to call.
The tie up. Alternating possessions. It will be Nimitz basketball. Gerald Daniels, the officials, said both players had their hands on the ball at the same time there.
Spells will inbound. This is Love. Wright has it. Wright with the floater, banks it in off the glass for the deuce. Vikings up by 2, 46-44. Villatoro with it. Coley pulls up. Now feeds Thomas. Back to Wills. They go inside to Mitchell. The ball is knocked away and comes to Wills, who puts the shot up. It's off the mark. And we have a foul being called against Irving. So Jenkins will have 2 foul shots. Vikings with the 2-point lead.
Well, you know what? This is kind of what we all should have expected. 2 pretty evenly matched teams. Inner city ball game. Not a thing of beauty, but now a 3-point lead.
Tremendous intensity in this game from the very beginning. Jenkins hits them both. And we have a timeout called by the Vikings. 1:41 to go. The Irving Tigers down by 4 points.
Well, they want to not only set up their defense, they want to decide offensively, get the right personnel out there, what they want to do. You want to get your best defenders and free throw shooters out there, because if Irving misses, then you want to be in position to get the ball in the right hands to be at the free throw line when they eventually put you there.
Stephen Perry drawing up a play. As we look at some of the young people watching the game, there's a good shot of Villatoro.
He is sure an exciting player, isn't he?
Yeah. Yes, he is.
Well, he can drive you nuts with his shooting, but You know, when you're a sharpshooter like that, is Coach Rogers, the Nimitz coach. Nimitz football coach, that is, and the athletic coordinator. He took over the football team in the summertime.
That was tough.
Yeah, it was not easy, that's for sure.
So here is our situation. 1:41 to go. The Vikings have a 4-point lead, 48-44. The Tigers have the ball. Coley will be inbounding to Wills. Coley inside. Puts the shot up. No good. And Scott's got the rebound. Feed spells. Nice play here, only to have the ball come back to Thomas. Here's Coley passing off to Villatoro. And then,
Nope, not going to count.
No.
Foul before the shot.
Well, that's going to be the 10th team foul on the Vikings, so that means Coley goes to the line for 2.
Yeah, they'd rather had the 3, though, for
Villatoro. Sure. Well, the last time Coley was in this situation, not that long ago, he had 2 shots from the line, made 1 out of 2. (48-45) with 1:15 to go.
Coley is a 67% free throw shooter.
Boy, you know these young men have to be tired.
Well, they aren't leaving anything behind, that's for sure.
No. Coley misses that second shot. And the Vikings have the ball and the lead. Love being double teamed, gets it off to Wright. Wright drives, shot no good. Scott puts his shot up no good. And Lance and I are wondering, why are they shooting when they got a 3-point lead?
Exactly.
You know, why aren't they just killing time?
You got to be smart out there.
Stephen Perry calls a timeout with 48 seconds to go. Well, you know, you wonder about it, but remember, these are young men playing this game. Think of yesterday when the Dallas Cowboys lost that game to the Green Bay Packers. Yeah. They had an opportunity to take some time off the clock, but they didn't do it, did they? You know, and they're professionals who play the game for a very long time. You know?
It's human emotion, and you let your ego get involved there, and you forget the reason you're out there and the reason you should be. And thinking clearly of what you should be doing.
And we see what Stephen Perry is doing right here. Diagramming this play.
Yeah. Now you go to Arby's, you go to Whataburger, and you go to Griff's way out here. And there's a Sonic there. And
I thought you were a White Castle man.
I love White Castles. Coming up in a month from now, we're going to have some college basketball. The Blazers are going to play the Thunder Ducks.
Where did they ever get?
Well, it's not enough just to be the Ducks, the Thunder Ducks. I guess you really got to look out for a Thunder Duck. They'd be bad, huh?
Well, the play has been drawn up. Let's see how it's executed. This is Wills with the ball. It's Villatoro.
Well, you're down by 3. That's the guy you want to shoot.
Villatoro puts up. It's off the mark. Thomas gets the rebound to Villatoro. Puts up another 3. Got it. We're tied at 48.
He's your guy.
Shot is up and in. Great play by Jenkins with 16 seconds to go. Now here come the Tigers. 10 seconds. Wills drives. He shoots. No good. We've got 2 seconds to go and a foul called against Irving. And Nimitz is going to win this game. Wow. So Jenkins making the shot of the game. Nothing taking away from Villatoro, who tied it up. Watch this man go.
Boy, that's putting the late shade on the porch. Jared Jenkins coming through with a possible game winner.
It's the game. Yeah, it's the game winner. 2 seconds to go.
We'll see if it eventually happens, but it looks good. Let's put it that way. Nimitz just drops everybody back defensively now. He sinks both, and obviously Villatoro's got to hit a 4-pointer again with nothing left on the clock.
So Jenkins trying to ice it some more. In and out. Remember, he gets one more. And now timeout called by the Irving staff.
Now you just got to be all over Villatoro, no matter what happens with his shot. He is the guy who's going to beat you with a 3-pointer.
There's Coach Donaldson talking to his players. Should Jenkins make this shot? You know, and this is something to think about too. Would you have him deliberately miss this shot? Just hit it off the iron?
Well, you don't have anybody there to rebound it.
You don't want him to rebound it. You just want to see if you can kill those 2 seconds.
True. But if he hits it, they still got to go all the way down the court. But yeah, it's an interesting.
The thing here is if you hit it off the iron, deliberately miss it, hit it off the iron.
The clock starts automatically there.
Irving can't call a timeout. Now, if you make this foul shot, you have a 3-point lead. The Tigers have, they don't have any more timeouts. Okay, they've taken all their timeouts.
Right.
So it's really academic then. I figured if they did have a timeout left, they'd have an opportunity to call a timeout if you made that foul shot.
You're going to have spells all over Villatoro, just trying to deny him the basketball.
If he makes this shot, the one thing I'd have him do is have Scott come in there. And this is what they're doing.
Yes.
Scott, yeah, smart. That's it. So Jenkins wins it for Nimitz. Final score, Nimitz 51, Irving 48. The game was just as thrilling as the score would indicate. Lance Brown's going to be talking to head coach Donaldson in just a moment. We'll have the play of the game for you and statistics when we come back. (51-48) the final score. Boy, so many great plays, but let's show you the play of the game. No doubt about it. This one's very easy to call the play of the game because it's the winning basket right there. And we're going to show you one shot of it, 2 shots, 3 shots, all the same. Jenkins hitting them. Okay, now let's go down to the court. Lance Brown and Coach Donaldson.
All right, thank you, Bob. Coach, you didn't really think it was going to be easy tonight, did you?
I didn't. What a fun game. I knew these rival games are the Irving schools. We always play real hard, and we knew it would be close. But it was fun watching our team play hard like that and come out with a victory in a tough environment.
I mean, the bodies were flying all over the effort, the inter-city ball game. It was here tonight.
Yes, Coach Perry and I talked before the game, and we knew that type of deal. Our kids know each other real well. And it just kind of came down to whoever had the ball last and who executed down the stretch. And I think we did a good job of that. I'm proud of our young players.
And Jenkins came through big time in the fourth quarter, especially with that final shot.
Yeah, we've been working on that jump stop play, and he's real good at it. Scored the game-winning basket last year with that play. He's an exciting player. He'll be good for years to come, too.
All righty, Coach, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, let's send it back to Bob Berry.
Okay, thank you very much, Lance. Tremendous game here. We have all kinds of highlights for you, scoring statistics, and we'll show you some of the highlights from the fourth quarter. Great pass to Scott, couldn't make it, but Wright puts the turnabout and puts it in. Now Wright again, floats one in. He was kind of quiet for most of the game, but really came into his own there in the fourth quarter. Villatoro, the little guy, can really hit those three-pointers. Hit one right there. And you're going to see him hit another one right here. And then he's embraced by his head coach, Stephen Berry, right there. And here comes Jenkins winning the ball game for the Vikings with that all-important shot. As far as scoring is concerned, Jenkins, the high man for his team with 14. Love and Wright both had 10. Delonte Scott with 8. Spells, Scott, and Smith all had 3 apiece. For Irving, Villatoro with 21 points. Coley with 12. Wills had 7. Thomas 4. Mitchell and Perla both had 2 each. So there we have it. Heck of a ball game. It's just a great crosstown rivalry. This game was billed as going to be something special, and it was. I hope you really enjoyed it. For Lance Brown and all the members of our technical crew, I'm Bob Berry. Thank you so much for joining us. We wish you a Merry Christmas and good night.
Irving Game of the Week has been brought to you in part by Gerald Stavely Dry Cleaning,